Hey, what up, guys? This is Aiden with Father's Land Surveying, coming at you guys with a video on how to post-process GNSS data in TBC, Trimble Business Center. All right, so first thing we're going to do is going to navigate to the folder with your JXL and go ahead and double click it. Pause the video while it loads. Okay, now it's loaded up. First thing it's going to ask you, probably will ask you, the imported file, the JXL, and the project coordinate systems are different. That's just because whatever template I have in my TBC as default template is different than the settings that are in the data collector and that are stored in the JXL file. So you go ahead and pick either one, doesn't really matter, convert to the imported file definition. Usually I do that. Okay, you got 0 errors and one warnings. You can look at the warning. It's probably saying it's missing the TO4 file. Yep, that's okay. That's because the file structure doesn't like the file structure, but that's okay. So here's all our JXL stuff. We have the files here. It's TO2 and TO4. So before we do that, let's just take a look at the points. So it's got 1 to 2. So it's got the base in there. So it's got the RTK files in here. Um, so it looks like they did. Let's go to the imported files. You can look at the raw data here. So the only thing is, yeah, they did a here position at 1. That's probably what happened. And then they got a base from 1. 1 is their base station. This symbol right here is the base station. Looks like an old school dome antenna. So from 1 to 2, it's a vector 1. 1 to 3, vector 2. You got 6 vectors here. And then it kicked out a TO4 file for all those uh, really static shots or actually really RTK shots. Um, Kicked out a TO4 from the R12I, and then he set up on 7, backside 6, and let's see, and then tied rounds to 5. So let's see, actually he backsided 5, my fault. Backside 5, 7 to 5. And then he did a mean backside, and then he started his topo all the way here. Did his topo, did his topo. He's got a offset shot here. That symbol's offset. Um, so now what you can do is what you want to do is if you want to process the stuff here, just bring in the TO2 and TO4 because it looks like he's got RTK, but base 1 is just a here position. Um, See, you got global here. Um, it doesn't tell you here if it's autonomous, but yeah, that's all you got. That's all it tells you. Is number 1 is whatever what. Yeah, point has been used. Starting point is less than survey quality. Do you want to use this point to plot observations from? Or it says make sure you want to use that point. So it says be careful. And you got some here. You got some flags for your mean turn angle, vertical residual. So he had some slop in his vertical here. All right, so let's dump those in. You just drag and drop. All right. So then here you got the file name, start time, end time, and the duration. So 1 was only up for 34 minutes, and he set half-inch rebar with cap. The descriptions, for whatever reason, coming out of the GPS head, they don't always come out nicely. So you got to refer to the CSV file to fix your descriptions. It has a limit. It has a limit for how long you could name your codes in on that are stored on the GPS head, on the actual instrument head, like the R12 or the R10. All right, so you look at all your data here. Just look at all your durations. You got solid 3 minutes on everything. That's good practice here. Really good, 3 minutes. Okay, and so now you go to OK. So now you see here it clicked one, it popped one here as a control quality because it knows that was your TO2, that was your starting point. Everything was derived from there. But we don't really know what the quality is until we post process it. We don't really know what the fixed coordinate is. Uh, so, uh, so you can figure out what that one or more additional vehicle code elevation is point. So, all right. So now you're going to go to survey internet download, and you can, if you need to prepare these here, you go here, you click this button, internet download configuration. And if you want to do, you go new site, I'm sorry, go to new group, and then go to type, go to reference station download, and call it whatever you want. That puts a new group there. Go to new site, download the most up to date. Okay, and then it's going to select all the core stations, SOPAC, UNAVCO. It's going to select all of them that are close to your project here based on your GPS coordinates. So I click all the cores. You hold down control, click all your cores you want there. Cores, hit your cores because you only want the cores to process. This UNAVCO and the SOPAC won't process together. You want only the cores. So get all the cores like that. And, oh, nice! You guys are back already. Okay, sorry guys. The field crew came in. So that's how you do that. And you delete it. And then you got, see I got Marin County all in here already. So click OK. Double click your core station. You're gonna bring it in. Gonna import. Okay, then it just shows your baselines here. Keep importing them. I usually skip O alone. I don't like it. I don't like it. Doesn't come out good. Okay, you want a nice solid triangle, so usually I get one up north in Petaluma. Okay, you want one south. Let's see, which one's south? There you go. Good enough. Got a nice triangle. You really want one over here. Sometimes Farallone Islands doesn't come in good though. Try Mills Creek. There you go. All right. So then you go to process baselines. And then you see just let it cook here. All right. So let's see here. All looks really good. Obviously from 1 to 2, that's your, from your base, that's your post-processed baseline there, real tight. R10 and R12 work really good together. That's your fixed solution from P198 to 2, etc., etc. They all look really good, no flags, no nothing. Really good data here. So there's your root mean square error. All good. Okay, then you save it. And then what we can do here too is we can adjust the network. We can check to make sure everything looks good. Make sure there's no errors. Okay, it passed. So that means it's really good data here without even doing any weighing or anything. You want to get the weighing, excuse me. You want it as close to 1 as possible. So you go 1.2 here. Yeah, so it passed anyways. So really good data. Your elevation is on, let's see, actually, we had it on 2017.5. I like to keep it on 20, 2010. So zone 3, let's go zone 3, convert global coordinates. Yeah, we're gonna convert them to 2010, and we can keep the adjustment. It's not gonna do anything to it. Okay, passed. So just to be safe, let's clear it, the adjustment, see if it really makes any difference. Nope. Okay, adjust it there. So let's go 0.8, and let's go maybe 0.5 here. I'm just matching what it says here, and that'll get it close to 0. I mean, close to 1, I'm sorry. So 104, it's good. Okay, and here you can see your results. Point number 1 shifted barely. Number 2 shifted barely. A lot of these barely shifted. All right, and now what you can do too is there's this cool trick to make sure our processing works good. Is you go to your TO2 here, and let's see here. I have a shortcut. It's gsprocessor.trimbleaccess.com. Drag and drop your base station file. Let it load. Hit next. Next, looks like they had a measure up. They used a tripod. OPUS. Put your email in there. Okay, and then it'll submit it to OPUS, and then you'll get an email really quickly here. I'll show you that. Okay, here's our OPUS solution here. So the cool thing is we can just download this XML here. Okay, and then we can dump that observation file right into there. Keep the adjustment. So zoom in. Let's see how off that is here. Zoom into 1. Okay, it's 7,800s off of OPUS. So let's see, maybe you want to clear that. Nope, didn't really do much. So redo. Yeah, we don't really have to adjust the network. It's gonna be so small anyways. 0.8, 0.5. Just do it. Okay. Yeah, so it's about 7/10 different from OPUS, but that's okay. The elevation's really well. Not sure where that 7/10 is coming from, but what OPUS does is it tells you what base stations they use. So here they are. So they use P2256. See, I didn't use one that far away. They use ZOA. I never really get good results from ZOA Oakland. They use Farallon. I never get good results with Farallon either. So they use Santa Rosa cores. I can never find this cores in in our processor here. So you can see that there's a lot of these that we don't have in here in our internet downloads. So if I go to, let's see if I go to new site here. Let me create a new group. Let me do Sonoma County, because I haven't got Sonoma County yet. Okay, new site. So let's see, let's see if I got a Santa Rosa in here. So I can put that right up. Oops, can't do that yet. Till okay, so let's see if we got a, oh, Sonoma County, new site. Oops. Okay, so let's see, they got P2256. See, here's the code. So we can search these manually. P's. P. Let's see here. P2. P256. So that's a UNAVCO one. So it's using the UNAVCO ones, but again, for here, I never really get good processing between the UNAVCOs. I just use the core stations, whatever it says cores in here. So that's probably the difference. And yeah, maybe I'll do another video later, see if I can figure out, maybe we can add those UNAV codes and figure out what's going on here. But for now, that's how you do it. And then you can go like this and put it as 10,001, and then go to OPUS. Here I'm going to show you guys. So let's say we do want to use the UNAV codes one. So let's say I want to use Middletown. First of all, I gotta log in. Ah, okay, there it goes. So let's see what happens if we put this UNAVCO one in here. That's just like a university one. Let's clear that adjustment. And let's process the baselines again. Okay, so everything looked good, fixed from UNAVCO. Let's see if we can adjust that network. Now see what it says here. P206. P206. Let's give it a control quality, see what happens. Failed. Add a little bit of slop in there. Adjust it. Fast. So I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference. Yeah, a little better. 5300s, you know. So, yep. I guess we can use the UNAVCOs. Just don't use the SOPACs. The SOPACs. All right. So that shows you how to do it. You can got your Opus in there to check, and you got your data already all set up in there. So, all right, guys. Thanks for watching.